Welcome to AI Pulse. We're here to break down today's biggest AI news into one essential briefing.
All right, let's just jump right in. February 2nd, 2026, what a day for AI. I mean, we're talking about huge developments literally everywhere, from the data centers that power everything all the way to the surface of Mars. Seriously.
So let's start at the very beginning, with the foundation. We're talking about the infrastructure, the actual money and hardware that's powering this whole AI revolution, and believe me, it's scaling up at a pace that is just mind-blowing.
And that quote you see there, that's from NVIDIA's CEO, Jensen Huang. He's really setting the stage here as they just unveiled their brand new next-gen AI platform. It's got the codename Rubin, and its whole purpose in life is to tackle the absolutely explosive demand we're seeing for AI.
And just how big is this market? Well, it's enormous. To give you some perspective, get this. Microsoft just announced a staggering $51.5 billion in quarterly cloud revenue. And a huge chunk of that growth? Yep, it's coming from all the companies out there scrambling to get their AI services up and running.
Okay, so here's what's so cool about this Rubin platform. NVIDIA isn't just making a single faster chip. No way. They're building an entire system, a whole suite of 6 different specialized chips that are all designed to work together perfectly. You've got your Vera CPU, that's kind of the general manager, then the Rubin GPU, the real muscle for AI tasks, and a bunch of other specialized networking and data units, the whole shebang. And the big goal here? To slash the cost and time it takes to run these incredibly complex AI models.
Now, all this amazing new hardware needs a place to live, right? So NVIDIA is putting its money where its mouth is, investing $2 billion directly into a specialized cloud company called CoreWeave. And the goal? It's wild. They're helping them build over 5 gigawatts of brand new AI-first data centers by 2030. That is a massive bet on the future of AI. Okay, so we've seen the big iron, the massive data centers. But how does that trickle down to us? Well, let's talk about the AI in your pocket, because the assistants we use every day are going through some pretty big changes.
First, the upgrade everyone's been waiting for. Apple is finally giving Siri a brain transplant, rolling out a much smarter version powered by Google's Gemini. So what does that mean for you? Well, it can actually remember past conversations now. That's the personal context part. And it can understand what's on your screen and take actions inside your apps. A huge step up.
But, as one AI gets a major upgrade, another one is being put out to pasture. In a move that's got a lot of people talking, OpenAI just announced they're shutting down the beloved GPT-4o model. Their official reason? They say only a tiny slice of users, just 0.1%, were still actively using it. And that decision, well, it has absolutely infuriated that small but super passionate user base. You can see the frustration in that quote. People are saying this model just had a different personality, a certain warmth and nuance in its writing that you just don't get from the newer ones. They feel like a really unique creative tool is just gone. Forever. All right, so moving beyond our phones and personal assistants, AI is also clocking in for its new job. We're seeing it pop up in businesses and even governments all over the globe, and it's unlocking some incredible new capabilities.
Check this out. The language company DeepL just dropped a new API. What does it do? It gives call centers real-time translation. Think about that. Suddenly, they can offer support in tons of languages instantly. It's a total game changer, because now they can hire people for how well they know the product, not just what languages they speak.
And it's not just for profit companies either. The UK government is actually teaming up with the AI company Anthropic. They're testing out a new AI assistant right on their official website. It's powered by the Claude model, and the idea is to help people navigate those super confusing government services, like finding a job or getting into a training program.
But, of course, whenever you get these powerful new tools, the same old fears start to crop up. What is all this technology going to do to our jobs? And that leads us straight into a huge debate that's raging right now. Are all these tech layoffs we're seeing really because of AI, or is AI just a convenient excuse that companies are using to cover up other issues? So, on the one hand, you've got companies like Amazon and Pinterest coming right out and saying it. They're linking job cuts directly to their AI strategies, talking about efficiency gains. But on the other hand, a lot of economists, and even some of the folks who were laid off, are, let's just say, they're not buying it. The theory from the skeptics, like this former Amazon employee here, is that AI is the perfect story to tell Wall Street. We're becoming more efficient, when in reality, it could just be covering up simpler problems, like maybe they just hired way too many people during the pandemic. The real answer? It's probably somewhere in the middle, and it's definitely complicated.
Okay, to wrap things up today, we are going to leave the corporate drama behind and travel to another planet. Seriously, we're going to Mars for a truly inspiring look at what AI is capable of, at the absolute edge of what's possible.
So let's talk about autonomous planetary navigation. It's a fancy term for a simple, amazing idea, letting a rover drive itself on another planet. And NASA just confirmed a massive breakthrough. The Perseverance rover just completed the first ever drives on Mars that would plan entirely by an onboard AI, no human driver.
And this is such a brilliant solution to a huge problem in space exploration. See, there's a massive time delay communicating with Mars. It's not like a video game. You can't just joystick it around. So instead of having a team of people on Earth painstakingly plan every single inch of the route, the AI can just look at satellite images and figure out the safest path all by itself. It's incredible. So, what's the big takeaway from all this? It's that the pace of AI is just accelerating like crazy. And it's happening on every level, from the chips in the data center, to the apps on your phone, to the tough questions about our jobs, all the way to exploring other planets.
It's just a wild reminder of how fast all of this is moving. If this is what one day in February looks like, what on earth is the rest of 2026 going to bring? It really makes you wonder. Thanks for joining us on AI Pulse.